Shabbat Shalom. Our scripture reading for today is Colossians chapter 3, verses 22 through 24. Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing Elohim. And whatsoever you do, do it heartily, as to the Adonai, and not unto men, knowing that of the Adonai you shall receive the reward of the inheritance. For you serve the Adonai, the Mashiach.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Our selection today, Ain't Got Time to Die.
Yah, keep so busy praising my Yahshua.
Keep so busy praising my Yahshua. Keep so busy praising my Yahshua. Ain't got time to die.
'Cause when I'm helping the sick,
I'm praising my Yahshua.
when I'm helping the sick,
I'm praising my Yahshua.
when I'm helping the sick,
I'm praising my Yahshua. Ain't got time to die. 'Cause it takes all of my time praising my Yahshua. All of my time praising Abba. If I don't praise him, the rocks are gonna cry out. Glory and honor, glory and honor. Ain't got time to die.
Yah, keep so busy working for the kingdom.
Keep so busy working for the kingdom. Keep so busy working for the kingdom. Ain't got time to die.
'Cause when I'm feeding the poor,
I'm working for the kingdom.
when I'm feeding the poor,
I'm working for the
when
kingdom.
I'm feeding the poor,
I'm working for the kingdom. Ain't got time to die. 'Cause it takes all of my time working in the vineyard. All of my time working for ya. If I don't praise him, the rocks are gonna cry out. Glory and honor, glory and honor. Ain't got time to die.
Yah, keep so busy praying to Yahweh.
Keep so busy praying to Yahweh. Keep so busy praying to Yahweh. Ain't got time to die.
'Cause when I'm praying to
I
Yah,
love my
when I'm praying to
I
Yah,
love my
when I'm praying to Yah,
Ain't got time to die. 'Cause it takes all of my time praying to Yahweh. All of my time praying to Abba. If I don't praise him, the rocks are gonna cry out. Glory and honor, glory and honor. Ain't got time to die.
Yah, keep so busy serving my Abba.
Keep so busy serving my Abba. Keep so busy serving my Abba. Ain't got time to die.
'Cause when I'm giving my all,
Serving my
when I'm giving my all,
serving my
when I'm giving my
serving my
all,
Ain't got time to die. 'Cause it takes all of my time just to serve Yahweh. All of my time just to serve Yah. If
The oracles of the UCI, 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 7 through 11. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things have fervent love among yourselves, for love shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man has received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of Elohim. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Elohim. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Elohim gives, that Elohim in all things may be glorified through Yahshua the Mashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 29 through chapter 5 and verse 4. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of Elohim, whereby you are sealed until the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be you kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as Elohim for Yahshua's sake has forgiven you. Be you therefore followers of Elohim, as their children, and walk in love, as the Mashiach also have loved us, and has given himself for us an offering and sacrifice to Elohim for a sweet-smelling savor. But fornication, and all uncleanness, or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becomes saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather given of thanks. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 1 and 2. Keep your foot when you go to the house of Elohim, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before Elohim. For Elohim is in heaven, and you upon earth. Therefore, let your words be few. Exodus chapter 23, verses 20 and 21. Behold, I send an angel before you to keep you in the way, and to bring you into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. Revelations chapter 3, verses 20 through 22. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcomes will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I have also overcame and am sat down with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches.
All right. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Which is peace on Yahweh's holy Sabbath day. Welcome to another holy convocation that Yahweh has enjoined unto us here in this body of Yahshua. Now, there are some concepts that Yahweh has basically made to be placed in our lives, but they really are representations of what he expects out of us. Sometimes we get so involved in the representation of a thing that we forget what we're supposed to do on the other side of that. Now, we often hear the term personal Lord and Savior, even though that phrase cannot be found written in the scriptures. But upon examining the scriptures, we find that the Creator does seek a personal relationship with us. So much, in fact, that he likens the relationship as a covenanted agreement. He says unto Israel, I am married unto you. To help us understand this agreement, he gave us an earthly representation of it on earth. If we are able to grasp one, it causes us to excel in the other. Let's begin today's sermon in Genesis chapter 2. Genesis chapter 2, and we're going to read verses 18 through 25. And today's sermon is entitled, To Cleave or Not to Cleave, the Tale of a Divided House. To cleave or not to cleave, the tale of a divided house. And we're going to begin in Genesis chapter 2 and start at verse 18.
And Yahweh Elohim said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I'll make him an helpmeet for him.
So man was made as a smaller representative of the Creator. He does not have everything that the Creator has, so it was not good for man to be alone. He doesn't have everything that his Creator has. Go ahead.
And out of the ground Yahweh Elohim formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam
If he's going to make man in his image, the man has to have some kind of dominance over something. He can't say, I'm going to make you in my image, but you're not going to have any kind of responsibilities and or duties. If you are made in a representation of him, then you must have something that you are responsible for. Go ahead.
And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. And Yahweh Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib, which Yahweh Elohim had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man.
So when you hear about medical surgeries, and people often use the term they're playing God, understand where this opening up of man comes from. This is all Yahweh. Yahweh decided it was not good. Here is where we go, the difference between when a surgery is necessary and when it is not. Yahweh decided it is not good for the man to be alone. Let me open him up and take something out of him, and I'm going to make something else from what's in him. So even though it wasn't good for the man to be alone, what the man had in him was going to make what was going to be a helpmeet unto him. He still had it in him. You notice that Yahweh didn't go back. He said he made everything, even man, out of the dust of the ground. Why didn't he go back to the dust and make the woman? He made everything else from the ground. He made man from the ground. He made the beast from the ground. Why he didn't make up from the ground? He said it's not good for him to be alone. I will make a helpmeet for him. So he made a helpmeet for him out of him. Go ahead.
You know, Elder, in the same way that we saw that Yahweh brought the animals onto Adam, he also brought the woman onto Adam. Showing that he's in charge of all this.
Right.
Verse 23, and Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.
He knew it came out of him. He knew that he had to give up a part of him for her to be there. I'm going to say that a little bit slower. He knew that he had to give up a bit of him for her to be there. Okay. Go ahead.
She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
Now, here is where we get to the biggest part of the problem, and Yahweh is not just dealing with the earthly relationship between a man and a woman, because he's also using this to explain the relationship that we're supposed to have unto him. A lot of times we have a problem cleaving because we haven't left something else. Mentally, spiritually, financially, somewhere we're still connected to something that causes us a problem with cleaving. So, priest, could you read the definition of cleave for me?
The bach, a primitive root properly to impinge, that is, cling or adhere, figuratively to catch by pursuit, abide fast, cleave fast together, follow close, hard after, be joined together, keep fast, overtake, pursue hard, stick, take.
All right. Now, we will cleave in the physical part of cleaving, but not cleave mentally and spiritually. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 11. And this is the same problem that we have with Yahweh. We'll cleave physically. We'll go down there to the discount mall and buy some outfits so that we can look Hebrew on the Sabbath. But stop by our house on Tuesday afternoon and you won't know who the hell that is. What happened? We cleaved naturally. Deuteronomy 11 and start at verse 13.
And it shall come to pass, if you shall hearken diligently unto my commandments, which I command you this day, to love Yahweh your Elohim, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul.
All right, so with all your heart and all your soul, he is saying how deep this relationship should be between the Creator and the thing that was created out of it. He's speaking in two lines here. He's dealing with your natural situation and his spiritual situation. And we'll deal with one and don't understand why we're having a problem with the other, because you ain't dealing with the other one right. Go ahead.
You know, Elder, often you will say, the excuse is, well, when you met me, you knew I was this way. So when you come on to your Elohim to change your life, you go to him and say, well, you know this is how I was. See if staying how you was going to get you in the kingdom.
That's as dumb as saying, well, I was a rib before. Well, go back to being a rib then. Stay a rib. That's how much sense that makes. Go ahead.
Verse 14, that I'll give you the rain of your land in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, that you may gather in your corn and your wine and your oil. And I'll send grass in your fields for your cattle, that you may eat and be full. Take heed to yourselves, that your heart be not deceived, and you turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. And then Yahweh's wrath kindle against you, and he shut up the heaven, that there be no rain, and that the land yield not her fruit, and lest you perish quickly from off the good land which Yahweh gives you.
So wait a minute. All of the amenities that we have within our living situation is afforded us by our obedience unto Yahweh. But as soon as we become disobedient, he starts taking away his stuff. We, on the other hand, believe that we still do all the stuff, even if we don't do the responsibilities according to the covenant. We understand clearly if we don't pay the light bill that we can't watch TV. We accept that. But when we don't do what we're supposed to do in the confines of a covenant, we still want all of the things that is within that covenant. We still want to be taken care of the same way. We still want food. We still want clothing. We still want all of those things. But we have done none of the agreed parts of that covenant. Go ahead.
Therefore shall you lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall teach them your children, speaking of them when you sitteth in your house, and when you walketh by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall write them upon the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates.
So your children are supposed to witness the various aspects of your life over and over. So it is starting to get in them. So then we must ask ourselves, what do your children see over and over? Go ahead.
That your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children, in the land which Yahweh swears unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth. For if you shall diligently keep all these commandments which I command you, to do them, to love Yahweh your Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to cleave unto him.
Wait a minute. Now, Yahweh uses this same term that is used within a marital relationship. He says, cleave unto me. Wait a minute. Do we follow the order the same way we follow one another? You know, we'll pick up the phone for no reason at all. We'll just pick up, you know what, where my wife at? Just see what she doing. Okay, yeah, she driving down Covington Highway. You ever do that with the word? You know what, I just want to see what's going on in here. I just want to see how Yahweh feeling. Wait a minute, do you cleave like that? Oh, okay. You ain't at that level of cleaving, huh? All right. He requiring the same thing. And sometimes we asking for something and don't know what we asking for. Wait a minute. Do you understand what it is you're asking? Go ahead, bro.
That was it, verse 22.
That was it. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Because you find that Yahweh is pretty deep on this cleaving part. See, we lack so much in the spiritual cleaving that we use the natural cleaving as a weapon. Deuteronomy 28, let's start at verse 15.
But if it shall come to pass, if you will not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the field. Cursed shall be your basket and your store.
Now, all of this is now going wrong within the relationship because we did not cleave. But are we at this point looking for an excuse and a reason as to why this is happening? And you know, when we look for excuses and reasons, we always look outwardly. We never look inwardly. I mean, it couldn't be us. You know, go ahead.
Cursed shall be the fruit of your body and the fruit of your land, the increase of your kind and the flocks of your sheep. Cursed shall you be when you come in, and cursed shall you be when you go out. Yahweh shall send upon you cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that you set your hand unto for to do, until you be destroyed, and until you perish quickly, because of the wickedness of your doings, whereby you have forsaken me.
Wait a minute. All of these things are going to happen that are not even connected directly to the relationship with Yahweh, but because we didn't deal with the relationship with Yahweh correctly, now we have issues in other areas. And we'll keep trying to fix the other area. That other area ain't got nothing to do with your problem. You're trying to fix all the symptoms. Well, you know, my foot's swole. Your foot's swole because you slammed it up against a wall. That's the symptom of that crazy action that you took. But we want to keep dealing with the symptoms. You haven't solved the problem. There's going to be another symptom, and then another one. And then you just keep chasing symptoms, but never address the problem. Go ahead.
You know, the verse 20 says, Yahweh shall send upon you cursing, vexation, and rebuke. And you the one cursing and vexed.
No, we curse our own. Damn my life! You curse yourself. But you'll blame everything you see for that. Instead of trying to back up, what have I not done? That's the question we don't ask. We always see, what have I done? You notice nobody asks, what have I not done? What did I do to deserve this? What did you not do to deserve it? Go ahead.
Yahweh shall make the pestilence cleave onto you.
Wait a minute. Now, if you cleave in a marital relationship, now pestilence, we're talking sickness, cursing, vexation, disease is now cleaving unto you. I'm talking everywhere you go, you try to get medicine that don't get fixed. Wait a minute. He said you're going to learn cleaving. Now, you need to learn cleaving the way I'm trying to teach it to you. You can learn cleaving down at the Cab Medical. Now, which way do you want to learn cleaving? Now, we don't have a problem with cleavage. Now, we fine with cleavage. But cleaving, we have a problem. Go ahead.
Until he have consumed you from off the land, whether you go to possess it. Yahweh shall smite you with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue you until you perish. And your heaven that is over your head shall be brass, and the earth that is under you shall be iron.
In other words, your working situation is going to be extremely difficult. But are you at the job trying to fix all the problems there because that's where your symptoms are coming out at? So now you think the problem must be Joanne in human resources. I knew Joanne didn't like me. Hey, did she even got that promotion? Right. Go ahead.
You know, it says, and with an inflammation, and most everything that we have that's got itis in it is inflammation.
Right. Yahweh can give you one ailment that'll cause 12 other things. Now you still chasing the 12 other things. And those are symptoms of a symptom. Even when you get rid of the inflammation, you still didn't get rid of the cause of the inflammation, so something else coming back. Go ahead.
Yahweh shall make the rain of your land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon you until you be destroyed. Yahweh shall cause you to be smitten before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
You shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Here is that division in the house that comes from the lack thereof of cleaving. We don't get spread out into the nations until after he's gone through, all right, I've tried to get you to repair your cleaving situation. And when you don't, now it's time to divide the house. Go ahead, bro.
And your carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. Yahweh will smite you with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof you cannot be healed. Yahweh shall smite you with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And you shall grope at noonday, as the blind gropes in darkness, and you shall not prosper in your ways. And you shall be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save you. You shall betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. You shall build an house, and you shall not dwell therein. You shall plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof.
I mean, Yahweh going personal with this thing. Now, why you got to go there? You shall be engaged to a wife, and another man gonna lie with her. He said, well, maybe you understand cleaving then. When you watch somebody else cleave with it. Make you think about the name Cleveland differently, don't it? Read, bro. I don't want nobody cleaving in my land. Wait a minute, I'm on the Cleveland over here. Go ahead, bro.
Your ox shall be slain before your eyes, and you shall not eat thereof. Your ass shall be violently taken away before your face, and shall not be restored to you. Your sheep shall be given unto your enemies, and you shall have none to rescue them. Your sons and your daughters shall be given unto another people, and your eyes shall look, and fill with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in your hand.
Now, wait a minute. Yahweh knows how to get to us. He said, your sons and your daughters. A lot of times, this is where we put all of our so-called problems, all our love. Remember now, the children of Israel said, you brought us out here that our children may die. Yahweh said, all right, I'm going to take that lie and I'm going to make it the truth. I tell you what, you say I brought them out here so they going to die? No, you going to die. They going to walk in the land. I'm going to take your lie, and I'm going to use your lie to punish you with the words that proceeded out of your mouth. You going to put that on the kids? These kids ain't why you out here. You why you out here. But every time you turn around, somebody trying to tell you something about the kids this, the kids that. No. This is to take the focus off of what we need to do. So we claim every time we do something wrong, we did it for the kids. We swore we did Christmas for the kids. This is all about the kids. Oh, yeah? Well, why you up all damn night waiting for them to get up so you can see them when they get to the gift? You ain't got a wink of sleep. You start saving money in June so you can buy something in December. You said it's for them? You standing in line to get stuff that they don't even know is available at the store. They ain't even ask you for that. And then you had specific things. No, you can't open these to the whole family there. You didn't do that for them. You did that for you. You passed rules. You cannot open this into the whole family there. We got to watch you open it. How was that for them? And you got to watch them open it. No, that's for you. We get so accustomed to telling that lie that we believe it. This way, our actions seem more honorable than they really are. Go ahead.
The fruit of your land and all your labors shall a nation which you knoweth not eat up, and you shall be only oppressed and crushed always.
He's just showing you the opposite of cleaving. This is what's the matter? You don't get the lesson? I'm showing you what you didn't do. So by the time you get back in your house, maybe you'll have some honor and respect. Sometimes you got to be separated from the house to respect the house. Sometimes you got to go outside and feel how cold it is at night for you to respect. You know, those blankets in there. But while you're in there, you throw the blankets on the floor, step on them, put your shoes on. Oh, they don't mean nothing to you until you don't have it. Okay. Go ahead.
So that you shall be mad for the sight of your eyes, which you shall see. Yahweh shall smite you in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed from the sole of your foot unto the top of your head. Yahweh shall bring you and your king which you shall set over you unto a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known, and there shall you serve other gods, wood and stone.
Wait a minute. You always find some old pro-black folk who always walk around, we was kings and queens in Africa. Yeah, well, you ain't your king. Come over here and bow down and worship this false god. Run, go tell that. Go ahead.
That was it. Verse
That was it. Let's go to Joshua chapter 23. See, if you don't read in enough places, it just sounds like cleave is just something Yahweh says dealing with a man and a woman. Until you find out how personal he desires our relationship to be with him. Joshua chapter 23, let's read verses 1 through 16.
And it came to pass a long time after that Yahweh had given rest unto Israel from all their enemies round about, that Joshua waxed old and stricken in age. And Joshua called for all Israel, and for their elders, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and said unto them, I am old and stricken in age. And you have seen all that Yahweh your Elohim has done unto all these your nations because of you. For Yahweh your Elohim is he that has fought for you. Behold, I have divided unto you by lot these nations that remain to be an inheritance for your tribes, from Jordan with all the nations that I've cut off, even unto the great sea westward. And Yahweh your Elohim, he shall expel them from before you, and drive them from out of your sight, and you shall possess their land, as Yahweh your Elohim has promised unto you. Be you therefore very courageous to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moshe, that you turn not aside therefrom to the right hand, or to the left, that you come not among these nations, these that remain among you, neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow yourselves unto them, to cleave unto Yahweh your Elohim, as you have done unto this day.
Now wait a minute. Verse 7, that you come not among these nations, these that remain among you, neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow yourselves unto them. Which means that once you do that, you can't cleave unto Yahweh your Elohim. So then now we have to ask ourselves, how many habitual things do we have within our daily operation that causes us a problem cleaving? That question needs to be asked double fold. One, how many things do we do to cause us a problem with cleaving unto our Elohim? And then if we're in a relationship, how many of those things are causing you not to cleave within your relationship? And this is that part where you look at you. Not that part where you say what's wrong with everybody else in the relationship. Because we good at that. Now, how many things can you pick out about you? Go ahead.
For Yahweh has driven out from before you great nations and strong. But as for you, no man has been able to stand before you unto this day. One man of you shall chase 1,000. For Yahweh your Elohim, he it is that fights for you, as he has promised you.
Mm-hmm.
Take good heed, therefore, unto yourselves, that you love Yahweh your Elohim.
Wait a minute. The power that is afforded you is because of your cleaving unto Yahweh. So beware, lest you have this power and things go your way and you forget why. And that's what happened over time. People join a family, things start working out in their life. They feel good. They get that Corolla LX. And then they cuss out everybody in the family. They just cut themselves off from everything that was actually advancing them. And as it starts to be taken away from them slowly, and they're going to try to fix all the symptoms, but they have too much pride to come and fix the main problem. Go ahead.
Else, if you do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you, know for a certainty that Yahweh your Elohim will no more drive out any of these nations from before you.
Wait a minute. Once you join unto something else, he said, wait a minute, I'm going to stop. Not only are you not going to have the power that you had before, but you're going to separate yourself from my help. He said, no, you're not cleaving to me anymore. Let whatever that is that you give your chief time to, let it heal you. Let's see if it can heal you. I'm going to step back. I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to wait because it looked like you cleaving to something else. Let me see it heal you. Go ahead.
But they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes, until you perish from off this good land which Yahweh your Elohim has given you. And behold, this day I am going the way of all the earth. And you know in all your hearts and in all your souls that not one thing has failed of all the good things which Yahweh your Elohim spake concerning you.
This is why we think it's us. This is why we think we did it. Go ahead.
All are come to pass unto you, and not one thing has failed thereof. Therefore it shall come to pass, that as all good things are come upon you, which Yahweh your Elohim promised you, so shall Yahweh bring upon you all evil things, until he have destroyed you from off this good land, which Yahweh your Elohim has given you. When you have transgressed the covenant of Yahweh your Elohim, which he commanded you, and have gone and served other gods, and bowed yourselves to them, then shall the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you, and you shall perish quickly from off the good land, which Yahweh he has given unto you.
All right. Now, cleave is no doubt a marital term. This cleaving begins to get interesting if the union grows and becomes multifaceted. It will be difficult to cleave onto something when you have not released something else that operates or travels in an opposite direction than that which you are cleaving onto. Now, Yahweh had said unto Abram, get you out of your country and from your kindred and from your father's house unto a land that I will show you. Why did he need to separate him from his family? See, sometimes it's the closest ones that we had before the cleaving that's causing us a problem from cleaving. Because now we can't figure out who we're going to cleave to. Let's go to Mark chapter 3. Mark chapter 3, and I want you to read verses 31 through 35.
There came then his brethren and his mother, and standing without, sent unto him, calling him. And the multitude sat about him, and they said unto him, Behold, your mother and your brethren without seeks for you. And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother or my brethren?
Now, when you first get into this word and say that, your mama goes absolutely bonkers. As if she ain't never seen this. And then you have to ask yourself, why Mom, you don't read half of the book? How have you not? So if we just start at Matthew, so you've been in this 35 years at Matthew, Mark, you should have covered this in preschool. You've been dealing with this 40 years. You started at the middle. This pretty close in. How are you startled this early? I mean, I get it. Maybe you get startled back here. How you startled at the beginning of where you started reading? And if you were that startled, how have you been in it for 40 years? These things not making any sense. Keep going.
And he looked round about on them which sat about him, and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of Elohim, the same is my brother and my sister and mother.
Now we have to deal with something. Okay. When we start getting into relationships and there is something pulling in a different direction, we need to ask why. Let's go to Ruth, chapter 4. Yahshua didn't get off into, no whole bunch of, this is, your mama and you should automatically do, hey, hold on. If my mama ain't out here dealing with this right here, then I'm going to still love her over this way. But I'm going that way. So I don't care who it is. If it's causing me an issue with cleaving unto my God, it's already on its way out the door. I said a long time ago, it's Zion on a bus, baby. And you either helping me going that way or you slowing me down. Now you're going to have to figure out if you're going to get on this train. This train going that way. Ruth chapter 4. Let's start that at verse 1.
Then went Boaz up to the gate, and set him down there. And, behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by, unto whom he said, Ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city, and said, Sit you down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, sells a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. And I thought to advertise you, saying, Buy it before the inhabitants, and before the elders of my people. If you will redeem it, redeem it. But if you will not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it besides you, and I am after you. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, What day you bought the field of the hand of Naomi?
And at first it seems like a regular business opportunity. But now he's going in a little deeper. Go ahead.
What day you bought the field of the hand of Naomi, you must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar mine own inheritance. Redeem you my right to yourself, for I cannot redeem it.
What's happening? His house was about to become multifaceted by bringing Ruth in because he already has a wife or wives and children, and he's already had his inheritance set. Once he brings something else in, this inheritance will end up being different. He says, no, I already sealed this. I didn't plan on doing any other thing. This is going to change my inheritance. I can't. If you were just talking about the field, I can buy the field. It's the raising up the dead and changing the lineage part. I'm not ready for that. So you go ahead and do that for me. But now you're talking about a multifaceted family at this point, even with Boaz. Boaz was just willing. Go ahead.
Now this was the manner in former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing, for to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor, and this was a testimony in Israel. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, Buy it for you. So he drew off his shoe. And Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, You are witnesses this day that I bought all that was Elimelech's and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. You are witnesses this day. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, We are witnesses. Yahweh make the woman that is come into your house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel, and do you worthily in Ephratah, and be famous in Bethlehem. And let your house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bare unto Yehudah, of the seed which Yahweh shall give you of this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, Yahweh gave her conception, and she bare a son.
All right, pause for a second. Tell me, what was the wedding? Back up. What verse was where? See, folks are so into the public display that we forget the covenant and the cleaving. Now, the wedding is happening amongst these men when they're making the agreement. Ain't no song dun 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 dun. Oh, okay. Where's that? Oh, okay. Right. Go ahead, Bree.
I was just listening to a fellow listening to some preacher. I think this was Thursday, and the preacher was talking about common law marriage. There's no such thing. That's not a marriage. As a young fella, I said, "Hey, brother, that's a lie. That is not right."
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you gotta guide these young people. Hey, he's full of crap.
Yeah. And if you don't, a lot of times when you're correcting something, you're definitely not correcting it for the person who said it because they don't want to hear it anyway. Mm-hmm. You're correcting it for the other people who stand by and hear it. Hey, don't believe that. Now, ain't no change in their mind because their mind is already set on what it is they're going to deal with. But don't you believe that? Go ahead.
And the women said unto Naomi, Blessed be Yahweh, which has not left you this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto you a restorer of your life, and a nourisher of your old age, for your daughter-in-law, which loves you, which is better to you than 7 sons has borne him. And Naomi took the child, and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it. And the women, her neighbors, gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi, and they call his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of Dawid.
Now, here's the issue. Boaz got offspring and covenants before. Yahweh not dealing with none of those. The blessed part comes through the questionable covenant. See, the way Yahweh looks at something and the way man looks at something are totally different. Here is where our best king come from. Okay, let's go to Isaiah chapter 49.
Elder, even if you look at the parents and the attributes, there was attributes there that went to Dawid, because you realize that she would not leave that family.
Right.
So she had something in her to cleave to Israel. And then we see that Boaz was a man of following the rules, the regulations, the statutes, going about it the right way.
So that boy, that Obed, hey, that boy made from good stock. But that woman wasn't an Israelite. See, our problem is we don't know what good stock is. See, we look at stocky. That's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It may be wide, but it ain't right. That's different. That's different. That's different. Go ahead, Bree.
It says chapter 49 and verse 1. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken, you people from far. Yahweh has called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother has he made mention of my name. And he has made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand has he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver has he hid me, and said unto me, You are my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified.
You are my servant in whom I will be glorified. Wait a minute. If he's going to be glorified in you, there are some things that you're going to have to do. Some of them ain't got nothing to do with you. Even those so-called personal decisions that you think you're making. said, wait, no. You my servant, and I'm trying to build something, so I need you to go get with them, and then I want them to go over here, and I need y'all to build this so that I may glorify my name through you. All those decisions ain't yours to make. Go ahead.
Then I said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for naught, and in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with Yahweh, and my work with my Elohim. And now, says Yahweh, that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of Yahweh, and my Elohim shall be my strength. And he said, it is a light thing that you should be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give for you a light to the Gentiles, that you may be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Thus says Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom man despised, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers. Kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because of Yahweh that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose you. Thus says Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard you, and in a day of salvation have I helped you, and I will preserve you, and give you for a covenant of the people to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages. That you may say to the prisoner, go forth, to them that are in darkness, show yourself. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastures shall be in all high places. They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them, for he has mercy on them. For he that has mercy on them shall lead them, even by the springs of water shall he guide them. And I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted. Behold, these shall come from far, and lo, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Sinim. Sing, O heavens, and be you joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains, for Yahweh has comforted his people, and will have mercy upon his afflicted. But Zion said, Yahweh has forsaken me. My Adonai has forgotten me. Can a woman forget her sucking child?
Wait a minute. When he starts dealing with how close his relationship is with Israel, can a woman forget her sucking child? He asks a question. Can you forget something that proceeded out of your bowels? He said, neither can I, for you proceeded out of me. Go ahead.
That she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget you. Behold, I have graven you upon the palms of my hands. Your walls are continually before me.
You are a part of me. Yahweh said, I don't have a problem, Cleave. You have a problem, Cleave. Go ahead.
Your children shall make haste. Your destroyers and they that made you waste shall go forth of you. Lift up your eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together and come to you. As I live, says Yahweh, you shall surely clothe you with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on you, as a bride does. For your waste and your desolate places, and the land of your destruction, shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants, and they that swallowed you up shall be far away. The children which you shall have, after you have lost the other, shall say again in your ears, the place is too stray for me. Give place to me that I may dwell.
Wait a minute. So you're going to go through loss at one point, but don't focus on that loss, because you are then going to receive so much that you're going to ask, can this place be enlarged? Because I'm running out of space for all the things that you have given me. But you know, we panic in the process. Go ahead.
Then shall you say in your heart, who has begotten me these?
Where he came from? Who gave birth to these kids? Where these kids came from? How I get these kids? Go ahead.
Seeing I have lost my children, and am made desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro? And who has brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. These, where had they been? Thus says the Adonai Elohim, behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring your sons and in their arms, and your daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders.
Wait a minute. So then, the children of Israel may be at a point where the children are being delivered, but not their parents. And somebody gonna have to raise them children. Interesting. Go ahead.
And kings shall be your nursing fathers, and their queens your nursing mothers. They shall bow down to you with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of your feet. And you shall know that I am Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? But thus says Yahweh, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I contend with him that contends with you, and I will save your children.
Wait a minute. I'm going to contend with them who contend with you. Go ahead.
And I'll feed them that oppress you with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I am Yahweh, that I, Yahweh, am your Savior and your Redeemer, the mighty one of Yaakov.
All right, let's go to Isaiah chapter 3. He said, we're going to ask, where had these been? Where? Who brought forth these? See, on one hand, we say we believe Yahweh, but then the devil is really in the detail. Because then we want to know, well, how you going to do it? And if we don't see a way he can do it, we automatically believe it can't be done because I can't figure out how to do it. Wait a minute. So since you can't figure it out, then it must not be possible. But he has all power, all strength. He has all of that. But it's about if you can figure out how he going to do it. Interesting. Isaiah chapter 3, let's start at verse 12.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead you cause you to err and destroy the way of your paths. Yahweh stands up to plead and stands to judge the people. Yahweh will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof. For you have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. What mean you that you beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor? Says the Adonai Elohim of hosts. Moreover, Yahweh says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanting eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet.
So the daughters of Zion know they got it going on. Go ahead.
Therefore the Adonai will smite you with a scab.
But he said, wait a minute. They done forgot who they supposed to be cleaving to, though. Go ahead.
Therefore the Adonai will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. In that day, the Adonai will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cowls, and their round tires like the moon, the chains, and the bracelets, and the mufflers.
These are all the things that we use to decorate ourselves. He said, give me all that back. You forgot that you was supposed to be decorating yourself for me. Now you decorating yourself for somebody else. Give me all that back. Go ahead.
The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands, and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girdling of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Your men shall fall by the sword, and your mighty in the war. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by your name, to take away our reproach.
How did they get reproach? See, we live our lives the way we want to live it, and we think that, okay, we'll get baptized at the last minute, and then I'm gonna be born again, and all that's gonna be wiped away. Now you have to clock in for that stuff that's in that rearview mirror, and all those things that you don't work off. Now guess how you got your reproach? See, this is how somebody can already be baptized in the word, walking, and still end up in reproach. Why? Because you thought you worked off everything. You thought your account was clean. You stopped working. Because, we got that selective amnesia. We really forget how much we was out there. We select to forget. A whole lot of people got worried when that Freaknik documentary came out. A whole lot of people got worried. Baby, you ain't see your mom on there, did you? What about your dad? You see your dad? Yeah, that was him on top of that Jeep. Yeah, he wasn't always in the Word. Believe that. There's not a Bible in his hand. Yeah, okay. Some of y'all done forgot. So y'all think you done enough work. All right? Until the documentary come out about your life. Then you realize, I should have never stopped being in that kitchen. Hey, it's too late now. Okay. Go ahead, Pre, where we at?
Luke.
You finished that? I tell you what. Yeah, read Luke 19 and verse 25 for me.
And they said unto him, Adonai, he has 10 pounds.
Now, this may be a situation. Remember now, it says 7 women going to grab hold to one man saying, take away our reproach. But then there's also going to be some that's going to be bothered saying, well, look, when the Adonai said, take this from this one and give it to this one, they said, well, Adonai, he got 10 pounds. Now, this is the place where covetousness is built. When we get to a place where we believe that our input into how a man deals with those that are his should be taken into account, we have no doubt crossed our neighbor's landmark. When we begin to say, if I had that car, then I would drive it this way. We are indeed deep in thoughts of theft when we say in our hearts, he has enough, so he should give me this thing. Every one of my partners that used to be in the stealing crew felt justified when they stole on the rich part of town. They all had the same thing. Well, they got it. So does that make it not theft? Because they had more? Did you or did you not steal?
Commandeered it.
Interesting. Let's go to Matthew chapter 19. And we never asked that question. Adonai, how does he have the ability to have 10? Not Adonai, he got 10. No. Adonai, explain to me how you were even okay giving him 5 and giving me 1. That ain't the question that come up. The only question is, look, he got 10. Why does he have 10? And why do you have 1? What is the difference in the operation of those individuals? We don't ask that. I don't think we really want to know that. Let's go to Matthew chapter 19, and let's start at verse 1.
And it came to pass that when Yahshua had finished these sayings, he departed from Galilee, and came into the coast of Judea beyond Jordan. And great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, Have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? And said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they two shall be one flesh.
Now we got two levels of things now that Yahshua is dealing with. First, leaving your father and your mother. Then cleaving to his wife, and then to becoming one flesh. We got a lot going on right there. We have a lot going on. This is being able to merge these two lives into one and walk accordingly. The biggest issue with that is always going to be culture. This is why Yahweh was straight up. He wasn't dealing with, not one time did Yahweh say, look, don't deal with these people, they white. Don't deal with these people, they too black. Don't deal with these people, they ain't the right shade of brown. No. Every time. Hey man, them people worship something else, bro. Hey man, leave them people alone, they worship something else. Hey, them people gonna cause you not to cleave unto me. These people gonna cause a problem with our cleaving. I'm telling you now, they're gonna drive a wedge in between me and you. Go ahead.
Wherefore they are no more two, but one flesh. What therefore Elohim has joined together, let now man put asunder. They say unto him, Why did Moshe then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away?
So they're automatically trying to get him to go against the law. Each time they're questioning him, it's some slickness in the questionnaire. And they have gotten together as a group to figure out how can we make him fall. Do understand that these are very intricate questions that they have asked. They got together to figure out which one. No, if we ask him this, he's gonna say that. No, if we do this, he's gonna do that. Let's do something that we can box him in a corner. So Yahshua ain't just talking to one man, he's talking to a group, because they all got together to figure out how they were going to tempt him. Go ahead.
He says unto them, Moshe, because of the hardness of your heart, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so.
Moshe, because of the hardness of your heart. He said, look, if y'all stay together and y'all not cleaving, y'all going to end up causing each other a whole lot more problems. But Yahshua said, okay, why would the separation be necessary? Why don't you learn how to cleave? Moshe gave you an opportunity. All right, look, they ain't going to cleave. To keep from hurting one another and hurting everybody else. Because we'll say we're going to stay together for the kids. The kids be the most miserable people. Because they've watched your non-cleaving their whole life. But you claim you did it for them. Now, when we read in Isaiah 4:1, it says 7 women shall grab hold of one man. Now, if 7 women shall grab hold of one man, this means that this man must become one spiritually with each one of these women independently. This means that he has to have control over his own spirit and can't be led about by the very things that he was given to lead. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 31. So then we ask that question. Why did Yahshua say give him 5 and get him one. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. See, sometimes people be asking for stuff, but they got one and getting ran all the way across the yard. You all across the yard. You ever seen somebody play tennis and the one person just hitting the ball and the other one, they running up. They running from one side of the court to the other side of the court and the other one going like this. Boop, boop, boop. And they just sit there and let you run yourself to death and then hit it one time. Whap! Game over. And the other one over there, they done pulled out the defibrillator. Clear. He about to die over there. Then ran him to death. And you talking about you want another one of those? You damn near died dealing with that one. Why? Because you don't have no control over the game. Instead of you hitting the ball, you letting the ball get hit at you. Okay. Proverbs 31. Let's start at verse 10.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her.
He safely trusts in her. That means she ain't trying to manipulate him. You don't safely trust nothing that try to manipulate you. See, I'll respect anything that come and ask me straight up. Look, this is what I got going on in my mind. Well, come back. Well, let's sit down. Let's work it out. But when you try to manipulate a man or a woman, eventually something's going to come to a head. Go ahead.
So that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
Make sure you put this both ways, because when a man feels completely like he can safely trust, she gonna be taken care of. Because he feels safe in how the operation is. But when there's manipulation, he can't feel safe with that. Because every time he's looking for, what's your angle? You get to the folk can't even ask breakfast. You want breakfast? What's your angle? With X. Right. How many previous games have you already played? No, this ain't about the eggs. This is about the game that you played before. Now, you get to the point folk can't even trust the eggs. Is that real cheese in those eggs? What's happening here? Okay. So now we blame the eggs. No, I should have went to the farmer's market. Ain't nothing to do with the damn eggs. Go ahead.
She seeks wool and flax and works willingly with her hands. She's like the merchant's ships. She brings her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night and gives meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. She considers a field and buys it. For with the fruit of her hands, she plants a vineyard.
Now, wait a minute. Now, this virtuous woman, she's got a lot going on. She's tending to the house. She got some kind of funds going on because she's buying stuff. You know them 7 women that grabbed hold of that man, they said, look, now, we're going to pay our own food and clothing. Just give me your name to take away my reproach. We have to first ask, how did they get reproach? Various things that we engage in can get us reproach. But now that situation, because of that, they said, look, we're going to pay our own way. Wait a minute, these women done took care of something. They got their own place, they got their own clothes, they got their own food. They said, all I need from you is your name. Now, whatever I need to do to get that name of Israel, that's what I do. But don't you worry about taking care of me. I got that. Okay. Go ahead.
You know, when you look at verse 15, it says she rises also while it is yet night and gives meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. When you got money, you calling the maid. Excuse me, can you go get me a cup of water? this is a whole different thought process in our heart to be able to say, you know, I got up to get me something. Let me get the maid something too.
But sometimes folk get up the other night. At night, but at the other one. Like, damn, you done went past the whole day. Like, you should have got up night, the other night. Right. Go ahead.
She girds her loins with strength and strengthens her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good. Her candle goes not out by night.
Okay, so she ain't sleep at night, but still rise before the sun to go and take care of some more business. See, they'll sell those Virtuous woman shirts to anybody. You know, they don't really ask them, well, wait a minute, I need you to ask a question there. Let me ask you some questions. All right. What time you go to bed tonight? What do you do before you go to bed? How early you get up in the morning? What do you do when you get up in, you know what, give me this damn shirt back. Yeah. Give me that shirt back. They don't need to worry about the size. The size is not the problem. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, with all the distractions nowadays, they'd be up late at night. Be TV watching or
Right.
cell phone watching.
Right. And how much of that mess is also causing you not to cleave? Because as you look at that mess, that TV full of mess that says not to do what you're supposed to do in a covenantal relationship. You know, this person brought up this point, said, you know, all the good love stories all have some kind of infidelity in it. And these are the ones that help. We don't be watching them. We just walk in the house and they be on. What is this? Oh, okay. So then damn, there's a lot going on right here. We don't be picking these things out, but okay. So I let me sit down here and watch it. Let me see what's happening there. But how much of that are we taking in that then causes us a problem with Cleaving? Because now our favorite actor or actress did something that we were fond of. We liked the way they portrayed this in that scene. So now we need to go and duplicate that in our life. Okay. How is that different from Yahweh saying, don't have these people near you because you're going to see what they do and you're going to mimic it? How close is this? That's pretty damn close, isn't it? That's pretty close. Okay. Go ahead.
She lays her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretched out her hand to the poor. Yes, she reaches forth her hands to the needy. She's not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She makes herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land.
So she ain't in there bothering him when he at the gate. He at the gate and is able to be with the elder. Interesting. Go ahead.
She makes fine linen and sells it and delivers girdles onto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come.
You know how many of us don't know how to make nothing? All we make is trouble. Man, one generation ago, all the people were teaching each other how to sew, how to quilt, how to crochet. We don't know none of it no more. And as soon as we without all of these things, we're going to be looking crazy. Because we've given up all of these other skills. My mama would come home and say, you know what? I got to find something to wear to work tomorrow. She said, you know what? I ain't buying that. I ain't spending no money. Let me go in here and see what kind of fabric I got. Go through a magazine and say, I want that. Draw it. Make a pattern. Cut out the pattern. Sew it all together. And have that outfit on when I wake up in the morning. Okay. Go ahead.
She opens her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looks well to the ways of her household, and eats not the bread of idleness. Her children.
That's gonna be the problem right there. The idleness. See, we want one thing, but then the idleness is where the adversary, the devil, starts attacking us. See, a whole lot of relationships ended during COVID. They had too much time on their hands. They were too idle. They stayed at home. They had to deal with their own kids.
Why don't you go to school somewhere?
They had to be at home and deal with their own spouse.
This what you like during the day?
Damn. Oh. Okay. Go ahead.
Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but you excel them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that fears Yahweh, she shall be praised.
A woman that fears Yahweh, her beauty increases greatly over time. She starts looking more and more beautiful. The women of the street, beauty go the opposite. They look amazing when you first see them. And the more you learn about them, the uglier you get. Go ahead.
Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates.
All right. Now, when you become one, you are comfortable enough to be vulnerable and even share your dreams with one another. Trust is a scale of measurement that must be maintained equally in a productive relationship. To become one, this scale must be balanced out perfectly. But when one side of the scale realizes that it is not trusted fully, it then autocorrects and removes a portion of the trust that it has for the other side. So now the scale becomes perfectly unbalanced. This causes the relationship to move forward, even though they are not fully one. This partial oneness will begin to display itself as situation and circumstances arise in the dwelling place. If this partial oneness is not repaired, the adversary, the devil, has an open door to divide and devour that house at his own will. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 5. See, when Yahweh telling you about your house, he's telling you about his house. I hope you learn how to listen. Because if you can fix one, you can fix the other. 1 Timothy chapter 5, I want you to read verses 13 through 15.
And withal, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house.
Now, here is where that time starts to become a minus instead of a plus. So at 1 minute, having enough time to be able to care for the family, to go and run here and go there and do all of these errands. Because let me tell you something, man. Errands take time. It takes time to do all of these things. I stayed home from work and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do the errands and run around. After I said, damn it, I'm going back to work. I don't like this. I don't like this. Look here, baby, this your job. I'm not doing this no more. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I like you just bouncing, you going from here and going from there, and you going over here, and then these people ain't got their stuff together. Now you over here longer, and at first I used to have a problem. Hey, why you ain't over here at the time that I needed you to be over here? Then I went and I said, damn, why I ain't over here on time? And I realized I don't want this job right here. I don't want this job. One time a lady told me, I guess she was trying to throw shots at me. You know, I have a real job. It was biting my tongue. I started to say, oh, you're a stay-at-home mom? Because that's the realest job I've ever seen in my life. But everybody ain't cut out for it. Everybody can't sit still and not let Satan into their head. Go ahead, bro.
You know, this wandering from house to house becomes easy nowadays because all you got to do is pick there you go. Yep. You ain't got a journey to go house to house no more.
Shoot, I just left your house a minute ago. What are you talking about? I ain't got up out this seat. Go ahead.
And not only idle, but tattlers also and busybodies.
Oh, yeah. See, now we carrying dogma from one house to the next house, but we ain't left our house. But we idle, and we got extra time, and it's traveling from house to house. See, it used to be hard to spread gossip before. You actually had to get up, walk down the street. You know what I heard? You know you ain't got to leave your bedroom and you can start gossip. You ain't even had your morning coffee. Go ahead.
Speaking things which they ought not.
Uh-huh.
I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give non-occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
Wait a minute. That song said, I ain't got time to die. Serving my God is taking up all my time. Wait a minute. He trying to help us. Wait a minute. You got too much time. We'll consider, if I got to go to work, that's a punishment. No. If you too idle, you finna get punished. Every summer, my mama figured it out with me. See, and a lot of times before people think that this is just happening with women. 2 summers in a row, I got in trouble with the law. My mama said, wait a minute. Every time he ain't in school, he's a bigger fool. I said, wait a minute. He too idle. His mind it moves too fast. When he ain't got nothing to do, he's thinking, you know what? Everybody went to jail. They started out, you know what? So my mama figured out every summer there was a moment that I sat in the middle of the family room. You know what? She said, you know what? He ain't doing it this year. That next summer came, I had 2 jobs already waiting. She had done put both of my aunts on the job. Now find this boy somewhere to work. I mean, didn't even have to fill out the application. They both done worked to a point where, hey, you can either work here or you can work there. The jobs told me, come and fill out the paperwork. The job is already waiting on you. She had been working all year. She didn't start right by the sun. No. She was working on this. She said, no. I ain't going down to DeKalb County this summer. Not this summer. I done did that 2 summers in a row. I ain't doing it this one. And I went to one job, looked at what was going on. It was real busy. There was a lot of stuff going on. I said, no, they probably actually working here. Hell no. And I went to the other one. They was playing soft elevator music. Do-do-do, do-do, dee-dee-ba, skippity-bump. I said, hell yeah, this is the place. Right. Yahweh know what he doing. That place is where I met the wife of my youth. Yahweh got jokes. Even when you think you making the decision, you ain't decided jack. He knew exactly what he was doing. He ain't gonna want where to go in. Yeah, now you just stand right there on register 3. Just sit right there. Yeah, ring up those eggs. He knew what he was doing. Right. Okay. Where we at, bro?
Verse 15. For
All right.
some are already turned aside after Satan.
All right. Some have already turned aside after Satan. Why? Because they had too much idle time. Okay. Yahweh says he's married unto Israel. Okay. What kind of spouse are we as men of Israel? How much idle time do you have? And what do you do with that time? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 3. I want you to read verse 6 and 7 for me.
For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
What happens now? We get stuck in a loop. If you are always learning but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth, wait a minute, you're on a hamster wheel. How did you get on that wheel? How is it that you keep moving but you're not going anywhere? Something has happened. When Lucifer comes into the situation, the progress stops. And he used some idleness to get in there. I want you to read 2 Thessalonians 3 and verse 11 for me.
For we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly, working not at all, but are busybodies.
Now, you see what happened when you're not working? This is the common denominator in each one of these things. As you're not working, you then become busy in something else. Now, it brings forth a whole nother problem. Go to the next graphic and read that Micah 7 and 5 for me.
Trust you not in a friend. Put you not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of your mouth from her that lies in your bosom.
Now, here's where we got a problem. If a man found a virtuous woman and he can safely trust in her, why must he keep the doors of his mouth from her that lies at his bosom? We got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. If he has to keep the doors of his mouth from her, then he not safely trusting in her. And if he can't safely trust in her, she's not a virtuous woman. Okay. Let's go to Daniel chapter 2. But you know, that's not the questions we ask when we be on Instagram. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, we ain't asking no questions at all on Instagram. Man. Oh, boy, we'll put up a heart in a minute. Love it. Stock it. Right. We ain't trying to figure out the stock. We don't put an extra Y on the stock. Okay. Daniel chapter 2. And I want you to read verses 40 through 43.
And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. For as much as iron breaks in pieces and subdues all things, and as iron that breaks all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas you saw at the feet and toes part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as you saw the iron mixed with the miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Now why? Why is it partly strong and partly broken? Wait a minute. He describing the house of the Gentiles, which we live in, which we have modeled our houses after. Now, understand why it's partly strong and partly broken. Keep reading.
And whereas you saw iron mixed with the miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. But they shall not cleave one to another.
They shall not cleave. Why not?
Even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Wait a minute. We're made of two things that don't cleave to each other. Iron don't mix with clay. Okay. So what's happening in our houses? We have become made of a substance that won't cleave. How did we begin to be made of a substance that is not cleavable? I mean, no matter what it does, it's not going to cleave because it ain't made like that. How did it get remade? Go ahead, priest.
You know, I was talking to Priest Mikhail earlier, and I was telling him, you know, when you take a magnet, they say opposites attract. So, you know, the opposite part of the magnet, two magnets is what? Cleave together.
Uh-huh.
But if you take a paper clip and you put it to the magnet, it sticks. We never thought about the fact that it has to be the opposite pole for it to stick to the magnet.
Uh-huh.
But you rub it together, meaning it's cleaving together long enough. You take that paper clip away and put it to another paper clip, it's going to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's left with properties from the magnet because it cleaved together.
Right. Right. Our problem is we want to keep all our same properties.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cleave to you, but I'm not cleaving per se.
What? I still want to do everything I want to do. But I want to have everything that you have. Wait a minute. So all my stuff is yours.
Mm.
But all your thoughts are yours. Damn. I'm losing here. Wait a minute. Something wrong in this situation here.
So when you start changing your mind and keeping all your stuff to yourself now, are you wrong because the opposite didn't change to match?
Well, eventually, it's the same thing that happened to this phone. When you start typing, it'll autocorrect, and it'll say, you must meant to say this. That ain't what I want to say. Well, when you realize that something ain't going right there, you're going to autocorrect and say, wait a minute, I done put too much trust in something that don't trust me. Now I'm going to autocorrect.
Now, folks start going crazy. Why you being so quiet? Why you ain't talking like you normally talk and you ain't saying,
Well, I realized that it didn't trust me, so I had to autocorrect. Lucifer gonna find out, though. Lucifer gonna find out.
oh, I see y'all. Yeah, y'all, you know, I was watching y'all. Y'all don't. Yeah, I'm about to get in there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he said, I see something ain't going right here. Y'all ain't talking to each other like you used to talk. Yeah, I'm up in there. He said, oh, I'm about to get up through there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to get up through there. All right, let's go to Genesis 13. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Genesis chapter 13. Let's start that at verse 1.
Genesis 13:1. And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. And he went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hai, unto the place of the altar, which he had made there at the first. And there Abram called on the name of Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents.
Now, some people are going to get blessed just because they're with you, but they're not really with you. So this is our problem, and we can't separate from family because Yahweh is making a finer line of family. And then that other line can't cleave because it's still stuck to something else. Yahweh wanted Abram, he did not want Lot. And we don't want to see that we have a Lot in our life. Because we say, this is family, this is physical family, I love this family. But they're not made like an Abram. Okay? They over the hill family. They family that live at the next mountain. they not the fine line family that can be right there taking part of the covenant that your Elohim has made with you. And it's very difficult for us to do and deal with that. Go ahead.
And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle.
Sooner or later, when you have opposing ways of life, there is going to be strife. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, Yahweh is doing something here because he wants to cleave in his relationship, but he can't because Abram got something else to cleave to. And it doesn't go in the same direction. See, there can be a multifaceted cleaving if everybody going that way. Once one individual turns that way, cleaving is now a problem. And be careful, because some people are fake at going your direction. So it will give the appearance of cleaving. Go ahead.
And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land. And Abram said unto Lot, let there be no strife, I pray you, between me and you, and between your herdmen, between my herdmen and your herdmen, for we be brethren.
Now, we family, okay? We family. They were raised as brothers. Abram daddy took on Lot and raised him. So much, in fact, that when Abram moved, he automatically assumed that Lot was supposed to come with him. That is not Yahweh's intention. How many assumptions have we made? That because Yahweh wants to move me, he wants to move this other individual too. You've made an assumption. Go ahead.
Is not the whole land before you? Separate yourself, I pray you, from me. If you will take the left hand, then I'll go to the right. Or if you depart to the right hand, then I'll go to the left.
Now, the whole thing is given unto Abram, but he still gives the choice. Hey, man, look, if we gonna stay peaceable with one another, you're gonna have to separate from my house. You too close to me. There's certain things that the closer it gets to you, the more vexation of spirit you're going to have. We need some separation in order for us to stay cordial. Because if you keep being this close to me, we're not going to end up being family or friends. Go ahead.
And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before Yahweh destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of Yahweh, like the land of Egypt, as you cometh unto Zoar. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from the other. Abram dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent toward Sodom. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before Yahweh exceedingly.
Now, check out how Yahweh operates things when it comes down to his servants. He didn't even make the choice, and Yahweh let the other individual choose the wicked part of the land. Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him.
Right. This is some of us. This is the one thing that's keeping us from getting to that next level of cleaving unto Yahweh. Because you won't get rid of your Lot. After Lot has separated from him, now Yahweh starts talking again. Some of us can't figure out why Yahweh stopped talking in our life. He stopped directing. I'm not talking to you as long as you with them. Then everything he give to you, he given to them. Soon as the separation happens, Yahweh talking again. Go ahead.
Lift up now your eyes and look from the place where you are northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land which you see, to you will I give it, and to your seed forever.
Now, if he'd have said that with Lot, then now Lot thinks the land his too. See, this is what happened when you got Yahweh's trying to enter into a covenant with you, but you got somebody close to you. Now they think your land is their land. And when somebody think that your land is their land, they tend to talk pretty bold. They talk like they're entitled to something. Wait, whoa. This is a covenanted relationship between me and my God. You have no part in that. You was just my ride here. See, sometimes people forget they just the ride. Look, you are my spiritual Uber. I'm going to give you 5 stars, but get the hell on. Imagine somebody giving you a ride to work, and you come outside and they still standing there. What you doing? We got paid, didn't we? What the hell is this weed stuff? What do you mean we got paid? What do you mean we got paid? Well, I figured since I was here, right, we're going to need some separation between us. Next time, drop me off on the corner. Don't drop me off at my job. I don't like what's happening right here. Go ahead.
And I'll make your seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall your seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto you. Then Abram removed his tent and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto Yahweh.
But do you understand why he has to separate from Lot in order to cleave unto Yahweh? Every step that he takes with Lot, he's taking a step away from cleaving with Yahweh. It can't happen. Because every time Yahweh tries to refine his relationship with Abram, Lot gets inserted into the middle. And not just Lot. Wait a minute, Lot got his own family. So now Lot wife in the picture. Now Lot kids in the picture. Wait a minute. What's happening right here? Okay. All right. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 21. And it ain't like Yahweh didn't give Abram some kind of inkling of this. He said, go away from your father's house. Wait a minute. His father worshiped idols. He was not going to be able to cleave to Yahweh while worshiping the idols that his father worshiped. Simple as that. So then when Yeshua said, who is my mother? Now we got a problem. But we won't talk about them idols our mama got.
Because that's my mom and I love her.
Your mama worship the adversary of the devil. I'm just going to go and try and tell you that. Now, this might mean I don't get no chicken tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Your mama worship the devil. Don't worry, I already picked up Zaxby's. Yeah, I already knew. I knew I wasn't going to eat once I said your mama worship the devil, but I'm telling you. I knew it wasn't going to go well with me, so I already planned to hit. All right? Now, I got some extra fries in there. You want some? Go ahead, brother. 1 Kings chapter 21.
And it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard, which was in Jezreel, hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria. And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, give me your vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house.
Now, he desires this just because it's close to where he stay. You see the beauty of some separation? Why you want my place? It's right next to mine. And I said to myself, Sal, you can enlarge your patio, make a garden of herbs. And then I said, Sal, yeah. All you got to do is knock his house down, and you can build you a whole garden of herbs there. location, location, location. You just want my house because it's next to yours? There's some situation that's better. The further you are from it, the better off you going to be. Go ahead.
But you know, Elder, when you look at it, the foulness, this man has a vineyard. That means you see the properties being used. But you give no regards.
No, but I'm going to use it better.
Okay.
You know? I mean, what you talking about? Go ahead.
And I give you for a better vineyard than it.
If it's so good, why don't you build your stuff there? If you can give me something better than this, okay, how about you find the better than this and go plant your herbs there? Voila, we're done. Get the hell out. Why are you still here? Right. You're too close to me. You're starting to see your stuff and my stuff as one stuff. Problem is, we ain't married. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't married. You can't be seeing my stuff as your stuff, but we ain't married. Go ahead.
If it seemed good to you, I'll give you the worth of it in money. And Naboth said to Ahab, Yahweh forbid me that I should give you the inheritance of my fathers.
I'm going to give you the inheritance of my fathers. This ain't just about me. This is my family legacy that was left down to me. So what happened with my children that's behind me? Go ahead.
And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken to him. For he had said, I will not give you the inheritance of my fathers. And he laid him down upon his bed and turned away his face and would eat no bread.
So he man pouting. All right. So he man pouting. Now here come the woman. Go ahead.
But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, Why is your spirit so sad that you eat no bread? And he said unto her,
So he fasting because somebody wouldn't give him their stuff. He actually feels entitled to something that's close to him, and he has looked at it. See, one part of covetousness, what causes it to grow, is people keep looking at it. Every time they go by, they look at it again. They go by again, they look at it again. Each time they looking at it, they seeing more of it as part of their stuff. Go ahead.
And he said unto her, Because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, Give me your vineyard for money, or else, if it please you, I'll give you another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give you my vineyard. And Jezebel his wife said unto him, Does you now govern the kingdom of Israel?
Now this is where it matters what kind of woman you married to. Because this is where the virtuous woman consoles her husband and tells him, why are you coveting the inheritance of another man? Instead, she goes about to help his bad spirit. Go ahead.
Arise and eat bread, and let your heart be merry. I'll give you the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite.
I will give it. And we know that she did some very wicked things to achieve that. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5. Now he has cleaved to something that is inherently wicked. So when it comes to this bad decision, and he already in a bad place. But understand something. He had a bad place. He desired something that wasn't his. But all he did was go home and man pout. All right? He ain't killed nobody. She, on the other hand, now he don't have protection over his own spirit. So now she's guarding and guiding. So now she says, I will give you the vineyard. Even though he was wrong, he still didn't go and take that man's vineyard. She went and took that man's vineyard. Go ahead.
You know, we see with even when Yahweh was having a conversation about dealing with Ahaz, when the one person said, I'll persuade him, Yahweh said, and how will you do this?
Uh-huh.
He never asked her, how will you give me this land?
He never asked. He sat right back and let himself be led. Go ahead.
Verse 29. And if your right eye offend you, pluck it out and cast it from you.
That was an eye he should have plucked out. Right when she said, I'll give it to you, then what you said should have been next. How you going to give it?
I'm going to sign some false papers and make sure that they say he great, and then we're going to hang him and kill him, and then you can go in there.
Where those divorce papers at again? There you go. There you go. Take those with you down to the magistrate. Get the hell out of my house. Wait a minute. What do you think he's talking about if your right eye offend you? What if the right eye is what you done been married to? And it's the thing that's about to cause you to get killed. This is what you come up with? You don't have no words of speaking righteous to me? But then some people, they need that kind of woman because they that kind of man. And they need that kind of man because they that kind of woman. There ain't nothing that nobody gonna try to talk somebody down. Go ahead, Bree.
For it is profitable for you that one of your members should perish, and not that your whole body should be cast into hell.
Right. See, I might limp into the kingdom. Matter of fact, I might bump into the gates. Because I can't see, because I plucked my eye out. But you got to go away from here. Because I don't see myself getting to Zion with you. Go ahead.
And if your right hand offend you, cut it off and cast it from you. For it is profitable for you that one of your members should perish, and not that your whole body should be cast into hell.
Right. What do we think he's talking about? You ain't never seen nobody cut off their own hand, did you? You ain't never seen nobody pluck their own eye out, did you? So he's talking about something spiritual. You got a right hand man. You got something that's causing you not to cleave. Go ahead.
It has been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement.
Why is that the very next thing that he says after cutting off your right hand and plucking out your eye? Why is the very next thing it has been said? How we get on divorce if we talking about cutting out eyes and cutting off hands? He knows how to talk on levels. He know what he doing. Go ahead, bro.
But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced commits adultery.
Right. So then when we get deeper off into this book, we learn that, wait a minute, children of Israel was fornicating, worshiping other gods. Then we find folks who want to persuade you to fornicate with other gods. So they entice you. Let's go over here to this gathering. Let's go over here to this. Oh, you should hear this person speak. Oh, let's do that. What do you think they were encouraging? Okay. See, you don't understand his word the way he do. You understand the word the way he let you. Let's go to Romans chapter 12. Some folk didn't know that they were leading themselves right to divorce court. It said, if the unbelieving be pleased to dwell with you. Well, all right, you have decided you're an unbeliever. So leave me the hell alone. Let me go worship my Elohim for the both of us. Who knows, old man, whether you may save your wife? Who knows, old wife, whether you may save your husband? You're an unbeliever. But leave me the hell alone. Let me save both of us. But if you keep trying to persuade me to fornicate against my God, that way. You got to go that way. Because anything that causes me not to cleave to my Elohim got to go. Romans chapter 12, let's start that at verse 9.
Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love, in honor preferring one another. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Adonai. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Distributing to the necessity of saints, given to hospitality. Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
Right. You don't have to go and render evil for evil. Trust me, Yahweh going to take care of that business. And he going to take care of the business way better than you could. You go somewhere and take care of Yahweh's business and watch him take care of yours. Go ahead.
If it be possible, as much as lies in you, live peaceably with all men.
If it be possible. You know, it's hard to have peace with somebody who constantly is desiring everything you have. This is why Yahweh said, you know, y'all gonna have to separate. Wait a minute, but Lot rich, I'm rich. Yeah, but you about to be filthy rich. Lot gonna hate you. Lot gonna see all the things that I'm giving you, and he's gonna think that he's entitled to it too. I need you to separate from your Lot. I can't even go on the next level of this covenant as long as he's standing there. He's going to desire what I'm about to give you. Go ahead.
Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Adonai. Therefore, if your enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing, you shall heap coals of fire on his head. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good.
Therefore, if your enemy who shows you that he is your enemy, feed him. If he thirsts, give him drink. But you're not going to stay here. And you're not going to live in my house and take this food and this water and get on up out of here. You're not going to stay here. I already know you hate me. And everything I have, you desiring. So every time I get something new, you take an inventory.
Where you get that bag? That's a nice bag. Oh, that looks like it's quality.
Yeah, I know. My God gave them. See, I'm poor. But my daddy rich. Half of the stuff I get when I'm at my brokest. I realized what my God was doing. Need for me to understand. It ain't you. That's why I give you stuff when you ain't got no money.
At least you said, man, I done really done it. Boy, I tell you, the sockness of the sock has really socked it to him.
He like, boy, please. You're going to be so broke, I'm going to give you something, you're going to be so confused. How in the hell did I get this? Right. I realized. And he's doing that for me. That means it's something that's in me that would have went too far. We don't want to deal with, wait a minute, why would he deal with you like that? Because he know.
See, your head may get a little bit too big for your kufi.
And I need to keep letting the air out. Yeah, let the air out. Or it's going to pop. Okay. Well, he developed a system to keep from killing you. Abide by his system. It'll keep you alive. All right, brother, did we finish that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, sometimes the only way to have peace with something is to separate yourself from it. When it begins to believe that it has input as to how you should arrange that which your Elohim has given you, it must be separated. Lest Yahweh harm it for its infraction that it doesn't even understand that it is committing. I want you to read Deuteronomy 19 and verse 14 for me.
You shall not remove your neighbor's landmark.
Understand, when people begin to intrude spiritually and think that they have input across that barrier line, they have already removed their neighbor's landmark spiritually and don't even know it. We haven't stolen anything yet, but you've crossed that landmark, trying to implement your way in a land that don't belong to you. Let's go to Matthew chapter 20. Matthew chapter 20. And we're going to read verses 9 through 15.
And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny.
Now, when they came, every man received a penny. But now there were some that worked at the beginning of the day. But they all agreed for a penny. But now because of something they have seen, they have renegotiated the agreement in their own heads. Go ahead.
But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more.
Now, they suppose, nobody told them. They have been around and they've watched. And now they believe that they'll do more. Go ahead.
And they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house.
Now they're murmuring against the good man of the house, like he has done them some wrong. Now they want to tell him how he should distribute the things that his Elohim has given unto him. Go ahead.
Saying, these last have wrought but 1 hour, and you have made them equal unto us.
You have made them equal unto us. Go ahead.
Which have borne the burden and heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, Friend, I do you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a penny?
Did I not pay you that which I agreed to you? I have done you no wrong. Go ahead.
Take that yours is, and go your way. I'll give on to this last, even as on to you.
You will not persuade me to distribute my goods in a way that is pleasing to you. Go ahead.
Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own?
Wait a minute. If it's given unto me, is it not lawful for me to do what I will with that which belongs to me? In other words, I have not transgressed my Elohim. This is what happens when something is too close to the boundary. Now it thinks that it can influence how you distribute your payment in your field. Go ahead.
Is your eye evil because I'm good?
Is your eye evil? Wait a minute. How has this changed? Now you can understand why Yahweh say, Lot go that way, Abram go this way. What do you think was going to happen if they stayed amongst each other? They were not going to stay family. Sometimes the very thing that we think we're doing to keep the family together is going to be the thing that is going to make the family explode. If he didn't separate from Lot, him and Lot at it, they already almost at it before Yahweh even entered into the covenant. What do you think was going to happen when he sees all the great things that Yahweh is going to do for Abram? All his jealousy and envy is going to burst through the roof. What do y'all think y'all be watching sometime? Folk want the things that's been given in another house, but they ain't work like that. Matter of fact, they ain't worked at all. But they still standing at somebody else's job waiting for a check. But you got to find that what may be causing you not to cleave, and you're going to have to fix that. Let's hear the conclusion of this matter. Let's go to Esther chapter 1. Esther chapter 1. And let's start that at verse 15.
What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to the law? Because she has not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains.
Because there was a request made for this beautiful woman who has a wonderful position in the kingdom. All the women then look up to her. This is what happens when you're married to an individual that has a position. People are watching the woman. There's pluses and minuses that come along with that. Because when you get off into your mess, everybody gonna see your mess. And if it's not straightened out, now that then spreads into other places. Now when Yahweh come to deal with it, now he's dealing with you in a multifaceted way and you can't figure out why. No, because you cause more than just your problem. Go ahead.
And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen has not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes.
Wait a minute. She's not done wrong, not just to her king, but she did wrong to the princes. See, Yahweh a lot of times end up talking in multiple ways. First of all, Israel mean prince. So you didn't just do wrong to the king, who is Yahweh. You did wrong in a multifaceted way because now these people have watched your action. And if this is not corrected, other people about to have some problems. Go ahead.
And to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall all despise their husbands in
They're
their
going
eyes.
to have an attitude problem. Once they watch this, they're going to try it. They're going to say, well, look, Vashti got away with it. Well, next time Jerome called me, I ain't going. Shoot. It worked for Vashti. Why can't it work for Keisha? Let's do it. Go ahead.
And it shall be reported, the king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen, thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath.
Contempt and wrath will grow from this one deed that everybody else have seen that was not dealt with. See, a whole lot of things we like to, I'm going to deal with this at home privately. And there are some things that ain't supposed to be dealt with at home privately. They're supposed to get it where they act up at. That's one thing my mama told me. Now, if you act a fool at this Walmart at aisle 6, I'm going to tell you where you're going to get it at. Walmart, aisle 6. We're not going to wait till you get home. You're going to find out. You're going to learn today. There are some situations that other people are empowered by the folly. So whereas you want to say, you know what, I don't want to do this publicly. There's certain things that Yahweh like, you're going to need to do that publicly. What? But Yahweh ain't trying to put my business out there. Look, I tell you what. There go your business. I done put it out there. Now go take care of it. Go ahead.
If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, And let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. And when the king's decree which he shall make shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both the great and small.
He said, if you don't deal with it, we all got a problem. If you deal with it, then all the wives are going to give honor to their husbands. Keep reading.
And the saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan. For he sent letters into all the king's provinces, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people.
That every man should bear rule in his own house. So then Yahweh will be able to say, there's absolutely nothing that's keeping you from cleaving unto me. So what's the problem? Let us consider, we will be entering into the 7th month. Tomorrow at sundown, our new moon is a feast of trumpets. This is that 7th month that we have multiple holy days, and one, of course, that we make an appearance unto our Elohim. What will he see when we appear? That's all that we're going to do for today. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.